Alright guys, I'm in the small city of Opelousas, Louisiana. I'm in downtown looking at the parish courthouse, that is to say St. Landry's Parish. The city is the parish seat. This was built in 1939, and that is Art Deco. No surprise there, Art Deco was very popular in the 30s and the 40s. It's a beautiful building, isn't it? I'm going to take a look around this town. Of course, tell you the statistics. But let me say up front, this is a troubled city. It's got one of the highest crime rates of any city of any size in the United States. This is a small city. It may have the highest crime rate of any small city in the country. It's way up there, and we'll dive into those statistics as I wander around the downtown. I just wanted to give you a quick look at this too. This is a Confederate memorial. Let's see what it says here. In loving memory of the Confederate soldiers, 1861-1865. Interesting that sits in this city, in the town square. Given these demographics of this town, I'm surprised it's still there. Here they are, by the way. This town is 78% black, 17% white, 2% Hispanic. The remaining is mixed race. Here's the population history. Peak population, year 2000, almost 23,000 people. Last census, 15,786. So that's a lot of people gone in a little over 20 years. The town is definitely declining, and you can see it all over. So right next to the parish courthouse is City Hall. Pretty awesome looking building. We'll start with the median household income. $34,271 a year. That's median household income. Everybody 15 years older and up, their combined incomes living in a household. That's, well, I don't have to tell you, that's low. That's very low income. That's $660 a week. 44% of the households are female-led. So almost half the households are single mothers with children. Only 27% of the town is married. Capital of Confederate Louisiana. After the Union occupation of New Orleans and surrounding territory in the spring of 1862, the state offices were moved to Opelousas. From here, Governor Thomas More issued an address to the people urging them to continue the struggle. But in 1863, the capital was moved to Shreveport. Interesting. Here's a statue of the namesake of the parish, St. Landry. Looks like he's holding a piece of bread. Interesting. Here's some information on the back. The namesake of our parish was Bishop of Paris from 650 661. Founded a hospital known today as Hotel Dieu. During the famine of 650, he sold his personal possessions and church furniture to feed the poor. Yes, gentlemen, we want that for our man caves. That would look fantastic. Look, the neon is still intact. Here's the storefront itself. Unfortunately, it is sitting empty. It's full of junk, it looks like. There's a big sign here. Notice, this is a building violation notice for failure to register vacant building. Yeah, so things aren't looking good. I wonder what they would sell that for. What do you guys think? What do you think that was? Old furniture store, maybe? Alright, well, let's dive into these crime numbers. Latest numbers for this town, 8364 per 100K. scaled up to 100K. That is really high crime, guys. And it's right up there with the big high crime cities in the US. Here's where it would rank with overall crime. 5th place. Beating the nearby town, fairly nearby town of Alexandria, just down the road from here. Violent crimes, really bad too. Scaled up, 2182 per 100K. That compares to 370 for the US. So it is, what, 4 times higher? Really high crime. This is maybe the highest crime small city of this size in the country. There's the murders as well, really high, 71.2. That puts it, right up there with the current murder capital, Jackson, Mississippi. So this town, lots of murders too. I want to show you this real quick. This is the Jim Bowie oak. It's right here. This tree is over 350 years old. Here's a sign. Jim Bowie oak. This giant live oak tree is over 350 years old. Named in honor of legendary adventurer and hero of the Battle of the Alamo, Colonel James Jim Bowie, who lived in Opelousas for part of his life. So, Louisiana is well represented on a list of 20 most dangerous cities. And you might be thinking, geez, Louisiana is probably the most dangerous state. No, it isn't. Here's the list. It is 4th. That's still high, but it's not number 1. New Mexico is number 1. Alaska, number 2. And the state directly north of us, Arkansas, number 3. That's an interesting list, isn't it? I'll leave it up for a second so you can take a gander at it. Opelousas was named after the Opelousas tribe of Indians that lived here before the Europeans arrived. The name roughly translates into black leg. As I understand it, this tribe of Indians would paint their legs black. It was their war paint, from what I understand. It's also the birthplace and ground zero for Zydeco music. And it's pretty good. I checked out some Zydeco bands on YouTube. I was actually kind of digging the music. It's a normal kind of band in the sense that there's an electric guitar, a bass guitar, and drums, but they also add a rub board and accordion. And so the music is pretty cool. Opelousas also calls itself the spice capital of the world because of the spice and seasoning production that happens here. Home to several big companies, including Tony Chachere's. Opelousas is also the birthplace of world-famous Cajun and Creole chef Paul Prudhomme. Now this is a doctor's office built in 1908. I wonder if I can't go in there. This actually says Dr. Lafleur's office circa 1890. Huh. Public school building built 1911. There it is. Let's see, Whiteville Schoolhouse, 1911, one of the few buildings of its kind in Louisiana. Schoolhouse was originally built in the small community of Whiteville, just northeast of here. It was built at a time when mule-drawn carriages were used to transport students to school and lunch, which was typically eaten outside. See if you can see the inside of it. Wow. Let's see, let me shade it here. Pretty awesome, huh? There's another room over here. It looks very similar. Wow, would you look at this? I was thinking that this wasn't the real deal, but maybe just a big toy for a carnival or something, but no. It's called the Mary Jane. It was an actual steam engine. Mary Jane steam engine train was a wood burner. At its best speed, traveled 25 miles per hour. Built in 1904 in Iowa. And this is the train depot, built in 1900, it says. Memory of the orphans who rode the baby train from New York. Interesting. Wow, take a look at this. Opelousas power plant. I think it is still operating. Looks pretty old, doesn't it? Some broken out spots on the wall. Let's look at all this stuff here. Huh. Yeah, anybody have any idea what that is? Looks like it's in ruins now, doesn't it? Yeah, there are a lot of treasures scattered throughout town here. Look at these old train engines. This doesn't appear to be a museum or anything. They just haven't parked here. Wow, that is fantastic. Look at those. What do we got here? We got a train and down the tracks right here. Now let's see, I'm going to head into some neighborhoods just off the train tracks. I'm not sure if anybody lives in these. Wow. Let's see. I didn't give you median home value yet here. Here it is. $119,600. A lot of the streets look just like this, though. Quite a few abandoned places. Well, that house there is slowly disintegrating. Yeah, this is mostly what you see everywhere. Well, I may have turned into a dead end. I don't think anybody lives there. What do you guys think? Let's see. Well, maybe not. Looks like I can get through here. All right, guys, so that's the end of this one. Up next, Nicole and I are heading to Lake Charles, Louisiana. And while we're there, we will be dining on some genuine Cajun food. So we'll see you there. Damn, that's big.